Quest to Peace. What is it about? You know, my first thought when I read the word quest is I get myself a stick and on the back of it tie a little bag and I just start walking. You know what I mean? I'm like going around. I got to go to Tibet, China to see the monasteries and get some knowledge and just look and look. And then my quest to what? To peace. What is peace? Is it a place? Is it a state of mind, a frequency? What am I looking for? That's an awful hard thing to find if you think about it, especially running around the world with a backpack seeing that the world's just the world wherever I go. The quest to peace really, to me, luckily peace is not a proprietary word. It's like God or a concept of something that we hold inside and hold safe. No one owns any rights to it. And no teacher of anything of the sort would try to say that their way or method to get or achieve peace would be better. What matters is one finds it. And conceptually, I did want to talk about my process of my understanding about what a quest to peace is. One of the beautiful things about this quest is it requires only willingness. It doesn't require a journey anywhere outside of our daily lives. It only requires the normal interactions of the world that we'd be provided every day. And I'm going to share a few examples just to give you conceptually where I'm coming from with that. Quest to peace is simply a journey that one undertakes to find another way. To find peace in their heart and recognizing that something in the world or something in their minds is not bringing them what they want, the experience and quality of existence that they want. A quest to peace is about correctness. And what I mean by correctness is peace, achieving peace is actually a skill. And that sounds strange because when people meditate, for example, or they do yoga, a lot of times it becomes lost that they're learning a skill. And when you practice a skill, you become proficient at it. And you begin to see things as the same. You begin to process information in the world and produce the same results because you're learning. You understand the skill you're learning. So Quest to Peace basically brings the world to you and recognizes that the world is nothing more than a blessing and a teacher, because it provides you with instances in which you learn correct identification. And as you learn correct identification, peace is a result of correct thinking. And I'll give a couple examples that might be helpful. Somebody calls you up on the phone and they're like, man, you know, so-and-so, they really don't like you. They think you're a little this and that. And your initial response is attack. Somebody attacked me. They don't like me. They don't like what I am and how my personality is. Well, Quest to Peace, or the process of identification, when you align yourself with what you really are, which is consciousness, which is that of God that cannot be taken. When you recognize all you have is who you are, now you're defenseless because you recognize very quickly this person's input on your personality has no meaning to you. Now, it's not that you want people to like you and you don't care. It's simply your peace comes from the identification of something greater than what this world was about in this situation. And we watch the news and we start to get stressed about airport security, and there's people coming to bomb me, and they're actually trying to kill me. Very easy thing to get stressed over. Start shaking. My whole life, my whole world changes. My consciousness shifts into a lower bound level because now I'm afraid. The Quest to Peace would say the same thing. Recognize on this level they can't take anything from you. Now this sounds extreme. This is a very extreme concept. And this is what makes it so hard for me initially to identify with, was this is the same principle all the time. Imagine peace like a white horse. And in the world, you get knocked off and you're rolling on the ground, you get dirty and beat up and you're confused. You forget that you even had a horse. You forgot that you had a way of thinking that provided results that brought you peace. And so you're in the world and you start fighting again. You start slinging the mud just like everybody else, and then you remember. In one instant, you remember, wait a minute, that I can't be attacked, that this situation can't take nothing from me. Your horse comes, you get back on it, and boom, you're back. And over time, over repetition, over reminders, over being around brothers that remind us of what we're really doing, the message is extended. And as we remind others, we remind ourselves. Because we learn what we teach. We create our own realities based on the way in which we process and what we attune to. What makes me qualified to teach this? And this is an interesting question even to myself. How come I'm okay saying these words on camera and posting them, or who knows how many people can see it? I have no qualifications as a speaker, as a writer. I can't even spell. My only qualification is that I recognize, when I see a brother, I fully recognize what they are. Their memory of what they are is not lost in me. And I say this in that, let me take a breath because this gets pretty heavy for me. The theme of this for me, from my heart, comes from being lost and a brother that was in pain and spent 18 years on a journey trying to make sense of something that made no sense to me. And as brothers reached out to me, as brothers reminded me on my journey of what I was doing and kept bringing me home information and people and speakers, and I could get into it, that did not let me leave, that I chose to keep listening to and remembering, to get back on that horse and choose to live in the way that was making me peaceful, until a point came, and it happened very dramatically for me. It happened last June of 2010, in which I recognized something differently than I ever had before, and I saw the same as the same. I recognized the ego as the ego and spirit as spirit, and that's my only qualification. In this, it makes me no different than anyone else. It makes me not special or unique. The only difference in me is the way in which I say it, the way in which Spirit would use me to express the words coming out of my mouth, coming down onto a paper, that we all speak differently, we all have different personalities, and it doesn't matter who takes to who or who doesn't take to who. That's not the point. What does matter is a brother coming home. All that ever matters is you reminding a brother as you go out throughout your day, and you remind brothers what you really are by processing correctly. They're free in a way in which they don't even understand. You have unbound them. But the most important thing is that you become unbound, and you become one who cannot be attacked. And you can't be deceived by the way that the world is trying to suck you in and bind you to it. And what Spirit teaches you is nothing that another teacher could teach you. A teacher can only bring a message, and this is so important. A teacher can only remind you of what the heck you're doing. That's it. God, through forgiveness, through understanding and revelation and words and concepts that I don't understand, is the teacher in all of this. It is not me. I'm only a messenger. There's many of us, and to that I say cheers to all my brothers that can even listen to this. Much appreciation. I see many people have joined my site. I want to put this as a welcome page. I say my site. This is all of our site. This is anyone's site. Peace is a word that, again, I'm the last person to try to say that I would have a way different or better. Just find a brother you can listen to. If you can get anything from me, take it and run. Much appreciation, sincerely.